Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. It's now time to ring the bell and go into Palantir earnings. So there wasn't a normal 2 o'clock Central Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time closing bell. We've gone later because of all the other broadcasts we've done. We've been through the night, so things got a bit changed, but we are here for the bell, and we're also here to see how our stocks end at the end of the day on the S&P, and so on and so forth. And we are obviously down again today. No surprise. We've got the bell in just a couple of minutes. It's not worth buying anymore. We've been buying all the way down. So we're okay with that, but we are covering Palantir. We've got 10 minutes to go, and then we go into the Palantir earnings. Hope everyone's well. We've got premieres running at the moment, which is the NVIDIA earnings. Sorry, NVIDIA full analysis. You may have seen me record it live, but I've got the main video going out as well. Hey up, Vaz, how you doing? Just finished the morning show. Wonderful. Thank you so much indeed. Great to see you here. We've been up all through the night, so I'm extremely tired today. Vaz, thanks, Mike, for calling in. And Zach, yes, that was great. It was great to hear from Mike and Zach today. Sorry to hear that you've lost that much. Yes, it's tough for Mike right now. We're all down. Everyone's down. It's a very, very tough time. No question about it. Worst timing from Palantir ever. Really? Yeah, I mean, good. Seriously. Mr. Karp, we're about to do an earnings. Oh, are we? Yeah, we're doing an earnings on the day that the global markets crashed. Brilliant. Bring it on. We can solve that with my AI gadgets. Welcome, everybody, on TikTok this evening. Lovely to have you here. Hope you're all well. Fantastic. Hey, thank you ever so much. Zero ETH. How are you? Thank you much indeed for all the roses. That's very kind of you. That really, really helps keep my TikTok live. I think we got our biggest audience, actually. We got our biggest audience. Thanks for all the follows. Thank you very much indeed. You're watching my YouTube broadcast. This is the YouTube. See the little star there? See the little star? I'll make reviews for you, all my subscribers. If you... Whoa! Join my team. I like it. That was good. Thanks so much for that. Yeah, if you click the star there and you become a subscriber, then I will make reviews for you. You can send me messages and I will do reviews too. We got 2 different tiers for subscriptions. So if you want to check that out, you can. All right. We've got an entry level where you can message me, and we've got another level where you can have reviews done, like on YouTube. All righty then. Let's carry on. Let's read all the comments. I've been buying stock all on sale all day. News said that Iran missiles at the US base in Iraq. News said that Iran sent missiles at a US base in Iraq. Okay, let me cover that news. I don't see that. Let me bring that up and verify that. Here we go. Sky News. Let's have a look. Breaking. First group of people, nothing showing at the moment. So nothing showing at the moment. If we see anything, then I will certainly come back to it. We've got some time before Palantir earnings anyway, but let's hope that doesn't happen. Vaz, I'd wait a few weeks for falling to come on most stocks, in my opinion. Down 16,000 VU was supposed to make me money when I began in the beginning of June, but no. Now I got to wait months just to get back to even on it. No, you won't have to wait months at all. You absolutely will not have to wait months at all. I'm expecting my VU to be up 5-10%. Imminently. Could be a day, could be tomorrow, next week. I don't have any fear of that at all, hence why I'm in margin. It won't take that long at all. I didn't say I'm finished. Says Vaz. Good evening, Lucas Aids. Iraqi airbase housing US troops attacked with rockets amid escalating tensions. Where we can't verify that. I'm not seeing that news. We've got, that's why we have members to verify information. If any of my members can verify that, send that into links for YouTube. But I'm not seeing that at all, so we're not going to say that. No, I'm looking at all the tickers. I'm looking at all the different feeds, and I don't see that at all. But doesn't mean to say it's not true, of course. It could be, but I don't know. I don't see any evidence of that. Right, we've got 5 minutes to go before the bell goes. We will then get Palantir earnings. The actual earnings starts in an hour, so we will get the figures in a few minutes. So we'll be able to see it on the screen. We've also got the full analysis ready. I've run it through the software. Here it is. We've got Palantir. It's analysis ready to go through if we need it. And we're all set, but we're not there yet. Okay. Fox News. Fox News. Well, I don't see it. I don't see that. I'm looking at all the I've got all the channels open at once, and I have to say I don't see that. So if you are a member of the channel, you can send in links to Discord, and we can cover it.
The Dow Jones, the S&P.
No, Fox News alert. There isn't anything coming on there either. So I've got all the different channels open. I can see everything. Anyway, I'm not stressing. Some good sales. Wish I had money. Yeah, don't we all? Well, that's why I'm always invested, and I use margin when we get dips. I don't just have money sitting around waiting for these days. My money is fully invested, and I use margin when we get big enough dips. When is the IonQ earnings? The IonQ earnings is on August the 7th, in a couple of days' time. And if a member requests it, and does a $5 super chat minimum, I will cover the earnings. These are some of the earnings. We can't do them all. It's whatever members request. We've got Rivian potentially tomorrow. LAZA. Jay Long has booked in Luminar. He paid $5. He's a member. SMX as well tomorrow after hours. That was for Vaz. So we're doing double earnings tomorrow night on the main channel and the extra channel. $5 from Vaz and $5 from unemployment rate jumps to 4.3. Unemployment rate jumps to 4.3 in July. Let me just hear this. Just getting some information now. Hang on a second.
At this moment,
get triggered, and if workers don't have paychecks, they can't spend, and then that's the momentum that gets going. So it's the volume is turned up louder than usual on the SOM roll. So I don't look at this and big picture say we are in a recession, but I look at this and I say we're not headed in a good direction at all.
So with all the political ads and claims of big money raised on the left.
Okay, we're not doing the political news. We're not doing that. We like to have neutral news. When do you think I should put my money now on Palantir? I wouldn't buy Palantir right now. It's too vulnerable. It's too vulnerable. I'd be buying the S&P. Isn't Palantir now part of the S&P? Isn't it about to be entered, or it is part of the S&P now? I can't remember. Anyway, we've got 2 minutes to go. We're going to ring the bell. We're going to see what happens on the bell. We're just kind of going sideways. Sideways suits me. It means potentially we bottomed, and I can live with sideways because it allows me just to pay off the margin every month, pay a bit down, go sideways. That's exactly what I want. If we bottomed and I've got as much of the stock as possible, I'm just going to be paying off margin until we get another drop and do it again, or then it starts going up and just continue paying margin off. So that absolutely suits me. And we finally landed at, because I've been buying, we finally landed at my average is 0. So my average is 0. That doesn't mean it is. It doesn't mean if I sell stocks today, I don't get any money. I do make money because my first stocks that I bought were about 420. But overall, my average is that. So if I sold them all, I'd be flat. Well, that's not really the case. It's only a guide. In fact, I would make money, but I'm no intention of ever selling. I want those dividends, and I want the stocks to rise in the future, so I want to hold them. The Biden administration is in the Situation Room as we speak. Okay, so I'm not getting anything at the moment. I'm looking at Bloomberg Terminal. I'm looking at Sky News. I'm looking at Fox. I'm looking at CNN. I don't see anything at the moment, but I am on everything. So live. Yeah, let's go back to CNBC. Let's ring the bell. Yeah, okay, let's ring the bell in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The bell has gone, and we're in the after hours, and we're waiting for or just move up slightly. Not much really. Palantir earnings. So we're going to refresh the screen. We're going to get Palantir earnings shortly. I'm going to keep my eye open for that. Let me go back to my CNBC live TV link. Nothing at the moment. I'm watching all my news for this. Let's have a quick listen in.
It was made in certain places on this program today. The Fed at minimum needs to say something, that they're watching what's going on, that they'll provide any necessary liquidity should that be needed. Richard Fisher, the former Dallas Fed president, said on this program that Chair Powell should have the notes in something written in his back pocket and may have to break it out.
I'll tell you what I'd like to hear. Are they surprised by the magnitude of the move in the
Nothing we really need to talk about there. Palantir, we haven't got the result yet. Any minute now we should get Palantir's result, and then we'll cover the earnings live and listen into all of that. So we're not quite there just yet. How many people are joining us for the Palantir earnings? Oh, 105. Oh, hell, bloody hell. That's great. And the second time we've ever done Palantir. But we're growing so quickly on the channel right now. It's really just mind-blowing to be at the stage of a channel when it just grows like it's nearly 1,000 subscribers a day. It's just the last 2 days. What was it? 100 and what did we go from? We went from what was it now? Just remind myself a minute. It was 27, 28. 29, now we're nearly 30. It's just like in 4 or 5 days. It's just crazy. The way we are at the moment, we might even get 30,000 tonight. Oh, we're getting movement after the in the closing hours. Look at this. In the after hours, Palantir's going up. You can see the after hours we're up 0.25%. The S&P could rally really quickly. It will try and catch people out. Team Massive, thank you for covering this. You're very welcome. I will cover any earnings for our members. All right, so I'm going to tell you now some of the earnings that we've got available. All right, so if you want to book these slots, it's members only, and if you want to do $5, you can book in the review. Sorry, you can book in the earnings, and I'll do it for you. So these are the options. We've got tomorrow night. We've got Jay Long has booked in Luminar for $5, and Vaz has booked in SMX $5. So if Sensei is not available, I will do a double show. I will have SMX on one channel, and I'll have LA Luminar on the other channel. We have 2 channels, of course. I will do 2 earnings at the same time. On the 7th, we have 4 choices, and we have nobody booked one yet. So on August the 7th, okay, which is a Wednesday, we can do 2. I can do 2 earnings, but I can't do 3. We have Robinhood. We have Virgin Galactic. We have IonQ. And we have Plug. So it's the first come, first serve. If you are a member and you super chat, you can book in one of those. So it's first come, first serve. What would you like? We've got Robinhood, Virgin Galactic, IonQ, and Plug. Members only. Oh, look at after hours. Look at after hours. Oh, look at after hours. Are we going to turn green? Palantir's going up. The S&P is going up. We're going to might even turn green today. It could suddenly pop. Plug is on the 8th. Has it moved? Let me have a look then. Palantir's moving. We haven't got the news yet. Let me go over to Bloomberg Terminal and see if we've got S&P 4 biggest day drop since September 22.
Man, was that a day for bond traders.
What a turnaround.
So, I mean, really, at one point, you had the 2-year yield
Listening
down
into
20 basis
Sky News
points,
as well.
and now it's up by 1 basis point. At one point, you had the curve disinverting and holding around 2 basis points, and then all of a sudden,
Palantir,
now
look at this.
inverting.
Oh, up 10%. Oh, whoa.
In the bond market, we get supply later on this
Lovely
week for
to
sure,
see
but nonetheless,
this.
I mean, I don't know what to make of that price action.
10 a.m. ISM services coming in better than expected. Everything is above 50, which signals growth. Not tremendous growth, but above 50 does signal that things are not contracting, and that's the biggest part of the U.S. economy.
Which kind of feels like the environment we're going to be for, the next month or so, until we get through Jackson Hole, until we get to the next Fed meeting. Jay Powell reminded us, there's a lot of data points to get through.
Oh, I like
so you
it.
do wonder about how that kind of shapes the trade and
We're
whether or not
moving.
we continue to see more
Palantir
momentum, at least on the
doing
yield
great.
curve to the downside.
All right, let's get some numbers here on Palantir, because that is also
Here we
coming
go.
out with earnings. So just the big headline here, on a full year adjusted operating income basis, they're looking at anywhere between $966 million to $974 million. They were at some point looking for about $882.9 million. So they're raising their full year adjusted operating income. Remember, this company has kind of two businesses, really. It's
Palantir, great result.
Government revenue-based contracts, and also they're trying to ramp
This
up
is
their
good.
commercial business as well.
This
with
is
their
good. This
artificial
could trigger
intelligence
trigger
platform.
AI
So
stocks.
This feels like okay. AI,
Hey, I'm
can
loving
make money
it.
from it.
Well, plus,
Stay
if
in the
they
market.
get J.D. Vance into the White House, what an amazing coup this would be for Peter Thiel. I mean, the stock's already up 40%, but imagine the government contracts they could be awarded after that.
Yeah, well, the company was co-founded by Peter Thiel in 2003, and this
I'm
is
loving
definitely
it.
part of the appeal of a company like this, all the recurring revenue that it gets from the U.S. government. One thing we should note is that Palantir says AI has transformed
Yes,
its business.
NVIDIA
Already
will do
transformed
great.
is the direct quote here. And of course, what people will want to get is the color here on exactly how much of a contribution
Martyn
AI has
can
made
turn
to
this
the
ship
business.
All right,
around.
we're looking
You're
at
damn
Lucid
right.
earnings as well, and if you're sitting at home trading this company, let me give you the headlines. The EBITDA loss, or the loss
Lucid,
before
rubbish.
taxes, interest, and depreciation
Let's
was
get that off the bloody screen.
647.
We're not interested in Lucid. Bloody scam stock with bloody Peter Rawlinson paying himself $500 million a year. Absolute joke. Well, that's good. That's great. And it's taking the S&P up. Look at this. Everything got oversold. Oh, this could be exciting. Could be an exciting evening. This is very good. Very, very good. Let me put PLTR over here. We've got some time before the earning starts. I'm very excited now. This is why it's all about what it's all about. Mike, if you just held your positions today, you'll be all right. Don't worry. Palantir. There we go. Could even turn green. Could even turn green today. Because remember, I'm 2.5 times the speed of the S&P because I'm in margin. All right, the amount of margin I got is 2.5 times. Where's my bloody mouse gone? There we go. Let me just sort my mouse out. My mouse is going off the screen. It's been Palantir. We've got a bit of time before the earnings. If you just turned up, we will be listening into the official earnings very shortly. Click subscribe, ring the bell, and tap the like button. Let's get 100 likes so we can share this out to the world. We want to rank number one. We rank number one now for most of the stocks that we cover. We beat channels with 100,000 subscribers. In fact, we beat a few channels with 1 million subscribers now. We rank so highly. We're live 12 hours a day. We're making more videos than anyone. Our engagement rate is through the roof. So if you want to help me grow, help us, the family, grow, please tap the like button. Let's see what we can do. You ready? Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun right now. Let's do it right now. Here we go. Palantir earnings coming up in a minute. We've got 166 watching. Fantastic. That's absolutely great. So the most we can get is 88 likes because only half of people are signed into Google. Just the way it is. They can't engage in chat and all that stuff. So ready? 10 likes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get up to 30. Let's get to 30. Boom. 27. That wasn't too bad. Good guess, right? Wasn't too bad for a guess. Let's go again. You ready? Let's beat 30 now. Let's beat 30. 30 is about the most we could do at the moment, unless everyone signs in. 27. Let's have a look. 27 plays. 28. Oh, that's a bit slow. Come on. Let's get something going here. The reason why we want to get to 100 is we want the world to know about Palantir. I want to rank for this stock. I don't rank number one for PLTR at the moment, but I'd like to, so we can get bullish news out, we can get good news out about Palantir. All right, you ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 100 likes, YouTube will suggest the video. Let's have a look. And what are we now? 46. Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. We're doing very nicely. I'm loving it. I'm loving it like that. All right, great. Okay, let's come back to the stock a minute. We'll come back to the growth in a minute. Right, Palantir, we're up 17%. This is nice. Take the overall market up. It's kind of going to go sideways. Like I said now, I think we bottomed out. This is why I'm all in margin. You can see I'm all in. You can see my margin position. I've brought my average down. I bought a lot more shares. I've got knocking on the door of $200,000 now worth of shares. So we're going to, with that amount, we're going to start to grow quite quickly. Okay, welcome everybody on TikTok. Hey, James, how you doing? James is my number one. Is he my number one gifter tonight? No, number two. Who's my number one gifter on TikTok tonight? Let's have a quick look, just for fun, just for giggles. Let's have a look on TikTok tonight. See who my number one gifter is. Let's have a look. Here we go. Let me just change that before I bring it up in case it doesn't add. Right. Let me go to my main account. Okay. Here we go. So, whoops. Here's my main account. This is my music account where I do my music. If I click following, I'm following myself. It's just nice and easy for me to find myself. And then I can show you on the screen. All right, there you go. What's your average cost of PLTR? I'm only in the S&P. I'm a completely neutral on this. I'm always neutral on stocks, so people know I'm not pumping and dumping stocks. I analyze stocks completely fairly. I only own the S&P, but I'm getting very close to $250,000 using all the margin with the S&P. So about nearly 200,000 actually. So there you go. But is Palantir in the S&P? I think it was trying to enter the S&P. Yeah, there's James. He's our number 2 gifter. I wonder who number 1 is. If you click the little star, become a subscriber, I can do reviews for you, the same as I do on YouTube. All right, let's come back to the stock. Palantir's up now 17%. The S&P isn't doing much at the moment. But anyway, this is all good news. We like this. We're very, very happy. Thank everyone like Tizzy FPV. Thank you very much. Let's have a look. 156 watching now. We're at 46. Let's have a look now. 46, 58. All we need now is another 42, and YouTube will suggest the video out, and we can put good news out about Palantir. We got a little while to go before the earnings start, so this is the perfect time to bring up this. We've got a vote you might like to take part in. So I'm going to give you a link now. Are you ready? Here is my link to X. All right, there's my X account, formerly Twitter. There it is. I'll give it to you again so it stands out. Can you see it in the chat? I've got a couple of things I want you to vote on. Let's spread the word around about Palantir. So the first thing, this is my X account. I've got 2,256 followers over on X. If we look here, Palantir, will they? That should have been will they miss or beat? Well, obviously it was a beat. 81% of you got it right. Congratulations. 81.4 said beat. So 43 votes. A lot of conviction here in your stocks. And you were very, very happy to say beat, and you were right. We got another poll just underneath. So I've given you the link here. Go and vote on these polls and leave a comment too. Is this a buy, hold, or sell for you? All right. Is it a buy, hold, or sell for you? This can influence people's opinions. It's not designed to do that, but it can. So go and vote on this, and people see these polls. I do polls all the time for all the earnings. I cover nearly every major earning. Is this a buy, hold, or sell for you? Please vote in poll. We've got 37 votes. I've just released it like about 20 minutes ago. It's very, very new. And so far, 62% are you saying buy. So let's see if the poll moves. I'll give you the link again. There's my X account. If you just scroll down on my X, you'll find it. Let's see if the votes can move. We've got a buy of 62%, a hold of 32.4%, a sell of 0. Nobody's selling, undecided 5.4%. We'll come back to that in a minute then. If anyone wants to vote on that. If you click the repost here, you can share the fact that I'm streaming this event online. You might like to do that, but we will come back to the poll in just a minute. All right, okay. Let's come back to the stock. Let's see what's going on. This is where we're going to have the poll. Sorry, this is where we're going to have the presentation. All right. Now, you could be watching it on your own like these people are doing, or you could watch it in our community like you are, where you can watch it, but also get your questions answered. Everybody will support everybody. So thank you very much for being here for that. Thanks for being part of it. What else have we got here? Palantir. Let me refresh the earnings. Let me see what we get on the chart. What does it say? What does it say? There we go. So it was 8 cents a share estimated, and it was 9 cents a share. But as you heard, they've upped their guidance, which is great. This stock is continually trending upward. This is very, very nice. A major AI player on the day that AI and tech got sold off. So this is very, very good. We were saying earlier, that it's come as a really bad time. It's actually come as a great time because it shows strength in this stock. And to beat on a day like today, I mean, of course, they were already going to beat. It's not like, because of today, they're not going to beat. It doesn't change anything. But the fact that people are seeing a stock do well on a down day like this, it will encourage buying. And you can see the buying speeding up. Look at this now. We are actually speeding up. 18%, 19%, 19%. It's going to move. This is very, very good. Very, very good indeed. Right, we're looking at the chart as well. We'll be showing you all the level 2 data as well. Very, very good. Look at that. 19%, 19.5%, 20%. It's really motoring now. What a day for it to happen. So it will take AI up with it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see AI going up and the S&P going up. Very, very good news. We like this. We like this a lot. Right, now then, we've got just over half an hour to go before the earnings. So let's see if we've got the 100 likes yet, because we want to get the world to know about Palantir, right? Tap the like button. Bring on the funky music. 153 watching. So the most we could probably get is 75. So we're on 58. Let's see if we can get to 70. You ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As soon as we hit 100, YouTube will share it out. 67. I reckon if I ask one more time, we just might get 70. So we're on the way. There it is. Let's see. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get it moving. Let's get it moving. 70, 68. All right, not bad. I'll come back to that in a minute. Hopefully we can keep it going and get to 100 before the earnings call and put out some good news for Palantir. Right then, we've got a little while to wait. So let me give you a few things that might be of some interest to you. I've got everything all lined up for the Palantir earnings. That's all looking good. Tonight could be a special night. We might actually hit tonight 30,000 subscribers, which would be a special evening if we do that. We're not that far away. We're growing. It's our fastest ever growth spurt. Nearly just under 1,000 subscribers a day for the last couple of days. So this is by far our best growth at the moment. So thank you very much, everyone who's taken part in all this. All right. Okay. Now then, just before, because we've got a few minutes, we're all investors here. I believe in good karma and I believe in doing good stuff. This channel is all about that. It's all about me going live up 12 hours a day, trying to grow the best, most honest, most real live YouTube channel in the world. That's my aim. That's my goal. That's what I aim to do. Now, for those of you who don't know, I was voted by Elton John as the world piano man. This is my music channel here. And I've toured all over the world. I've done concert. This is me wearing Elton John's jacket. This is my Vegas show I did in Vegas with the British Philharmonic Orchestra. I've got my showgirls. This is me here. Look, you can just see I'm doing my show here. I've got a video with me with singing with Michael Jackson on screen. I had a video made for me. There you go. There you go. That's my Vegas show. And I've raised lots of money for charity in my career. But what I'm trying to do now, I've done the global telethon for the Lions Club. I want to raise millions of dollars now for your favorite charities. Your favorite charities. So I built this music channel. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers so YouTube can turn on YouTube giving, charitable giving. It enables me then to do free concerts on my show, and I'll do them every single day if necessary. So what I'm asking people to do is simply click subscribe, do something good, help people out. We just passed 6,000 subscribers today. We were at 5,500 just a few weeks ago. We're at 6,000. We're gaining speed all the time. Once we get to 10,000 subscribers, those that have subscribed to me can message me and say, hey, I got all my friends to subscribe to you at work or my factory or wherever. We would love you to do a fundraiser concert. You said you would do it for free and all the money would go to charity. Yes, I will. I will do that. Just message me and say, we got all these people to subscribe to you. So essentially, what I'm going to do is free concerts for your favorite charities. There'll be no cost, no taxes, no credit card fees. YouTube give all the money. They don't take any fees. It's never been done like this before. And I've done global events for fundraisers like the Lions Club Global Telethon. And I can raise millions for charity better than anyone else in the world because it's going to all be free. There'll be no cost, no fees. I'll do as many shows for free as possible all the time. So if you have a charity that you care about, subscribe to me. Let me give you the link and your name will come up on the screen if you do it. And then message me and say, hey, would you do a fundraiser for Save the Children or whatever it might be? And I will gladly say yes to everyone and we'll raise millions of dollars for charity. And all you've got to do is click subscribe. Now, if you'd like to go and check out my music, then that's fine. But it's not about me. I don't make any money on this because it's all YouTube. It's all copyright music. The only way I make money is on my live concerts when I do super chats for myself. But when I do normal shows, it'll be for all of you, right? So here is the link to my music channel. I'll put it a couple of times in the chat. Your name will come up on the screen. We've got half an hour to go. I'll do it 3 times. And if anyone subscribes to me right here, right now, that will start to move. And then if you message me and say, hey, Martyn, I got all my friends at school or work or factory or my mates down in the pub, we would love you to do cancer research or whatever, I will say, yeah, I just need to get to 10,000 and YouTube will turn it on. I have it on this channel, but I can't do music fundraising concerts on the investor channel, obviously, because everybody would unsubscribe going, it's the wrong channel. What's going on? All right. So if that moves, we'll come back to that in a minute, and hopefully it will move and we can celebrate a little bit. All right? There you go. Okay. Palantir. Let me, just 30 minutes ago now, let me go through all the comments. I will go back and visit. See, we should get at least 100. Seriously, we've got 697 people who have come through this stream today. So we could do 100. Let's call it 50. Let's get 6,050 today in Palantir. All right. See which stock could get the most subscribers. That would be awesome. So let me read all the comments on the screen. Let's have a look. In this environment, it's not enough to keep Palantir up. I don't ever short the stocks. I don't ever believe in shorts. I don't like it. Never shorted a stock, ever. And I've gone from 5,000 live on the show to, as you can see, we were 107. We've just gone back. Never done options. Never shorted a stock. I don't believe in it. It's not for me. I'm all about building businesses, never shorting, never optioning anything. All right? Anyway, back to Palantir. Let's read the comments. Sending the Lucas family positive energy. Everyone like Tizzy. We'll come back in a minute and see if we got 100 likes. Good evening, James. Good evening, Crag. AI stocks got hammered today. Yes, they did. If you want to know why, I was up all night. I haven't slept at all. I'm absolutely exhausted. I was up all night. We were live all night. The show was live all night. And I put out some videos explaining what went on. First of all, there's an NVIDIA analysis video. It only went out 55 minutes ago. It's a brand new video. Just gone out. NVIDIA analysis. Very detailed. 45 minutes of detail, numbers, facts, whether you should buy it or not, and so on and so forth. This is why we had the global crash. It's not what the mainstream media said. I was up all night talking to CEOs through my X account, talking to people in Japan through my Instagram, learning what was going on. And it's a lot more than just the fear of recession. Check that out. Also, we had an interview with Tom Lee, Growth Scare as well. That's just come out 2 hours ago. Brand new video. You might want to check that out. There's the plug chart. If you want to trade plug for the earnings, we've done the chart for you so you can find the buy zones, sell zones. This was telling you what not to do. Don't do this in this downturn. Whatever you do, don't do this. You need to find out what that is. And we also did an NVIDIA chart as well. Sensei provided an NVIDIA chart so you can work out how to trade this stock. Now, if I do get anyone that wishes to book a review, an analysis review on Palantir after the earnings, I can do it. It's a members-free service. I do it for members. And if you bid $1, you'll go at the bottom of the list. You'll be seventh of the way down. If you bid more than $10, you will be second in the list because we have SPYI at $20, which is at the top of the list. And that will be done, hopefully that will be done tomorrow. Okay, Palantir. Let's make sure I've got my alerts for the music channel turned on. Shall we go and have a little look? Did we get anyone at all to subscribe to the music tonight? Want to raise money for your charity? 6,008. We got one. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Good karma. Great things are going to happen. Great things are going to happen. Thank you. One less to go. 10,000 is what we need. I was hoping we'd do 50 tonight. We've had nearly 800 people now come for the stream. It doesn't cost anything at all. While you're watching my show, just tap that subscribe button and help me raise money for charity. That's all I want to do. All right? Thank you very much indeed. Right. Just under like 28 minutes now, 27 minutes to go, or thereabouts, for the earnings tonight. We're listening in. Let's take a breather for a moment, shall we? Right. Just a few minutes ago. How many likes have we got now? I'm going to refresh the screen. We had 68. We now have 89. We're very close now. 11 to go, and YouTube will suggest the video out. That's wonderful. Fantastic. Great stuff. I'm loving it. Right, let's read some more comments. All my losses from back today, thanks to Palantir. AI can survive a recession. It's making my brokerage account look good with a big down day. Yeah. Who bought Palantir with me at 15 a few months ago? Niels, good question. I think we get back on track. Lucid, rubbish. Great car, but best EV in the world. Worst company, well, not the worst company in the world. The worst company in the world would be Mullen or FFIE. Mullen's probably worse, then FFIE, and then Lucid. Peter Rawlinson is allowed to rob the company and pay himself $500 million a year in wages when the company is losing about 150 grand on every time it sells a car. How he gets away with it, I have no idea. Not with my money, he doesn't. Nice performance. MR Canal. Palantir is the Raven. Palantir. No way I'm buying right now. Let it cool off. That's what Martyn said at 14, by the way. But I agree. Dude, 14 is different than 30. Does the stock market allow you to fill options and stock orders at this time of the day? Yeah, you can trade 24 hours a day, 5 days a week on Robinhood. Absolutely, I do all the time. Jason, afternoon, Martyn, Jason Davis, aka Dad, how are you? Of course, I can't give any advice, but in my opinion, stocks were just dumped all over the board. I think if you watch the video I just showed you, it explains exactly what's going on. The S&P is trying to push up after hours because Martyn also said, let's cool off 9 when it was 14. Yes, the RSI was way oversold, not oversold right now. Recession-proof businesses were also overly punished. They were wrong. It was then. Palantir, it's even worth $9 looking onto fundamentals. Its growth is priced in. Buy it now, says Crypto. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not going to promote that. Let's get that off the screen. We don't do that. I know nothing about Palantir. Move on. Yes, indeed. I'm sorry I showed it, Mike. I don't like showing stuff like that. I'm not, like I said, my average is 11. Duplantis cleared 625 centimeters, new world record. Yes, congratulations. Because I bought at 14. I just bought more. 13 more likes. Let me have a look. 89 when I last looked. 89 is now 98. 2 more likes and YouTube will suggest the video out. That's wonderful. 2 more likes, guys, and we'll start to get recommended by YouTube. That's great. Tap the like button. The bell rang. We can breathe. Yes. Right, Niels. Oops, get rid of that as well. More scammers trying to come in and use my channel to promote rubbish. Shall I sell Soundtown in case bad earnings or hold it? I bought 700. I can't tell you right now. I'd need to review it again. Maybe someone in the chat can tell you. Canoe. What about Canoe? Shall I? We've answered that one as well. Okay, we're up to date with questions. Let's have a look. Have we been able to get 100 likes? Let's have a look. 98. Now 102. There we go. We did it. Fantastic. 102. Now YouTube will start to promote Palantir. That's wonderful. Lovely stuff. That's what we want. We want to rank number 1 in the world for all the stocks that we cover. We rank number 1 for most of the stocks that we cover. We want to rank for all of them because I just do. I work 12 hours a day, and I want to grow the most honest, most real, live, genuine YouTube TV channel in the world. I want to raise millions of dollars for charity, and I want to help people. It gives me great pleasure. Let's see if we've moved the needle on the music channel. Let's have a look. Let's see how if we've got generous Palantir investors. Just tap the like button. That's all you got to do. No more. Not one more person. That's a shame. Never mind. I'm doing my best. I want to raise money for charity, so I'm trying my best. Can only do what I can do. I can't start doing fundraisers until I get to 10,000. There's nothing I can do, I'm afraid. Let's have a quick drink. Guess what I'm having tonight for dinner? Gonna go down to Panda Express and get a cheeky Chinese. I love a cheeky Chinese. That's on the plan for tonight. I said to Leah, my treat, I'll get it, I'll pay for it. We're having a cheeky Chinese. There you go. Okay, let me refresh that screen there. Have we got any new members on Discord? No, just wanted to make sure we're all good. Lance Farrell, thank you for your subscription to the main channel. While we're waiting, we've got a few minutes. I'll give you a few links of things that you might find useful. First of all, you saw my review earlier. I did a full review on NVIDIA today. There's AlphaSpread. It's the best advanced AI algorithmic software. I know the CEO, and he provides me with the best deal, better than Bloomberg, CNBC, better than anyone. You can use my software for free. It's always improving and getting better. If you are a member, you can get the full blown program. And if you use the code that I've just given you, you can end up getting my membership for free. The discount is that good. All right. If you want to become a member, there is the member account. If you want to know what I'm trading before I do it, there's my Instagram and my X account. There's the all links button if you want the newsletter, which is basically a backup of the show. That's all it is. It does happen from time to time that you lose a channel. I mean, I had a couple of channels deleted when I first started this one. People sign up for the newsletter, and as a thank you, I send you a birthday card, Christmas card, and I send you an email only when it's really, really important. I don't just send out emails all the time. I actually pay a service to MailChimp just to be able to have security for the channel so I can have a backup. So please sign up for the newsletter. It's free. And if you do that, you get a birthday card and Christmas card if you sign up for that option. Now, also, you might find it useful. We have a lot of very large investors here and some small ones, but we are all real investors with real money. And we don't want bots, scammers, those trying to promote Bitcoin or promote crypto or anything like that, or telling you their favorite stock is FFIE or GameStop. Or we don't have any of those idiots that follow cult followings. We're just solid, real investors. So we built the Extra channel. This is the Extra channel. I've just put a link in the chat. If you join the Extra channel, that's the Extra channel right now. This is where we do the double earnings. So tomorrow, if we get requested, we'll do 2 earnings, one here on the main, one on the Extra channel. And the beauty of this channel is it's behind the scenes. It's the same show, but behind the scenes. We have a paywall on it of 99 cents. So only members can chat. And basically that means, as you can see right now, the members can chat 12 hours a day and get live breaking news and share it with each other without any interruption from idiots. So essentially, in between the shows, this is running all day. Members are chatting away, and they can share information. They can tell me, Martyn, can you come back live again? I can see this 12 hours a day. And Craig Fowler just subscribed to the music channel. Thank you so much indeed. Well, one more, I'll go and check it. Craig, see if it's moved around. So if you want to be a part of that, it's free to watch, free to listen in. But if you want to be a member from 99 cents, it just protects the channel and it allows a place for members to communicate and share information with each other.
They tease one another, take pride in themselves, keeping the other.
I can't play anymore for copyright.
Not like that at all.
There you go. Some people just want to hurt people. That's the name of the song. Some people. And how can you go through life just wanting to scare people, destruction, violence? I honestly, I don't care saying it. I hope bad things happen to you. I don't care. If you're a horrible person and you go around being horrible, I hope bad things happen to you. I really do. So there you go. Karma's going to come clonking down on your head. You deserve it. I watched that poor woman on Sky News, terrified. Did anyone see that? Anyway, awful, isn't it? It is what it is, though, I suppose. Let's see if someone was able to put it back. You saw it went down. Let's see if one good person brought it up again. Hey! We're back up. That was probably that guy who spoke earlier. So we got the horrible person out the way. They can go and sit and rot somewhere, and somebody just come on and done something good. There you go. There's more nice people, thank God, in the world than there is horrible people. Would be a horrible world if it wasn't, wouldn't it? Anyway, 15 minutes ago. Glad to hear you were with me. Always great to take profit. But Martyn, it could be because the person died. What do you mean? It could be because the person died. What do you mean? The subscriber? It could be because the person died. What do you mean? What do you mean? Palantir stands out to me as a company that typically has a positive earnings. Money comes in every time. Yes, they caught my attention with that. Nice music. Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate that. I do 14 different voices in 7 different languages. So there's different voices, different songs, different styles. I do some Rolling Stones, and I do all kinds of stuff. Right. Yeah, now we restored our faith in humanity. Yeah, somebody went and did it. That's brilliant, isn't it? Some good person said, well, I can subscribe. Don't worry about that idiot. Yeah. Let's look at the S&P going sideways. Oh, there we go. Avery Meets World. Now, don't forget Avery Meets World. Tell all your friends, wherever you work, because you can come back to me and message me and say, Martyn, I got 50 people to do it. Would you do a fundraiser, please? We're trying to help cancer, or we're trying to help children, or we're trying to help whatever it is, and I will do it for you. I will do it for you, okay? Right, awesome. Let's see if it moved on that one. Hopefully now we've got one more. That was probably the 9 then. We'll see if it comes up in a minute. We'll come back to it in a second then. Right, Palantir, 15 minutes ago. Chera Hart. Hello, Chera Hart. How are you? Lovely to see you. Hey, should I sell now? I don't know your position. I can't possibly comment. If you own them, I only buy stocks I can own for 10 years. I own businesses. I let them work for me. I don't sell them. I own stocks I can own and never have to worry about. I want to take some profit, but I'm also trying to get out of the habit of fiddling with my stocks. Yeah, because you can trade doesn't mean you should trade. And of course, make sure that you always trade tax-free with your IRAs or your ISAs in England. All right, 10 minutes ago. Talking about England, let me give you this information just here. First of all, America first. If you are in the United States and you want to get to Robinhood, here is my Robinhood link. If you do this and you go gold, or if you've already got Robinhood and you go gold, that's my gold invitation. I need 2 more people to sign up for Robinhood Gold. If you do it, send a picture in that you've done it, and I will pay your first 4 months of gold. In other words, I'll give you $20 if I get 2 more. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I need 10 people to refer to get a solid gold credit card worth $2,000, and I'm going to give away at 10% of that, $200, by paying the people that use my referral to help me get it the 4 months of their membership. So I have Robinhood Gold. This is my gold account. It's worth it to me. So there is that link there. Okay. But if you are in the US and you don't want Robinhood Gold, You don't want any of those things. Here is just the normal account, and you can get some free stocks. Both links get free stocks. If you are in the UK, I did promise the UK people a benefit as well, because I've also got a Robinhood UK account. If you click here and set up an account, you get free stocks. So do I. So do you. And I'll tell you what I get. If you do it live on the show, I will tell you what I've got. Just tell me you've signed up, and I'll go and log into my UK account and tell you. What's your opinion on Lucid's earning call today? Thanks. Big fan of your honest opinions. Thank you very much, Savant. I didn't cover Lucid. I didn't see it. I honestly can't say. So I wish I could. However, I didn't cover the earnings, and I don't know. Nobody requested me to do it. Let me have a quick look. Lucid has the best car in the world. EV, that is, but they have a crooked CEO. He just pays himself all the money, pays himself $500 million a year, the highest paid CEO, like the fourth highest paid CEO in the stock market. And that's why the stock isn't worth anything. It's a penny stock. It's awful. It's going private. There's just no value here at all. So what did they do? I didn't see it. They missed on earnings again. They miss every single time. They're the worst, one of the worst companies in the world. They're not going anywhere. He's literally taking all the money out to pay himself, to get rich, to be able to take it private for himself. I don't know why anyone doesn't see it. I get all this information from the Lucid investors saying everything is great. There's a deal from Saudi Arabia. No, there's not. I've got contacts in Lucid. It's all rubbish. It's terrible what he's doing. Worst CEO ever. He's nearly as bad as Dave Mitchery. And Dave Mitchery has taken about 6 public companies bankrupt. Does it on purpose, and he gets away with it. Peter Rawlinson is disgusting. I can't stand the bloke. He's English as well, so not that makes a difference, of course, but it's a crooked business. Awful. Thank you, James. Thank you very much indeed. That's right. You can request a song on our Friday night concert. Thank you. Thank you, James. Hello. I love your channels. Great info. And you crack me up. Chera Hart. Chera Hart. Okay, Chera Hart. We got 9 minutes to go. We get very few ladies in the show. So I'm going to do something for you now. If you subscribe right now to my music channel, I will do live right now, right here in front of you, an impression of, because I'm guessing you'll like Michael Bolton from the 80s, When a Man Loves a Woman. I can do his voice, or I can do Richard Marx, or I can do Andre Bocelli, live right now. All I ask is you subscribe to my music channel. There you go. Not for me. All my videos don't make any money. It's all copyright music. There it is. Subscribe to me right now, and you can pick one of those requests, and I'll do it for you live right now. Just sitting here as Michael Bolton, Andre Bocelli, or Richard Marx. I think you'll like those 3. One of those 3. You can choose. I'm already subscribed. Okay. Well, I believe you. In that case, I'll do it. Which one would you like? 609 has gone to 611. So Chera Hart, now you've subscribed. We've got 8 minutes. Chera Hart, make sure that you tell all your friends down the pub at work tomorrow, subscribe to the channel, then message me through X or comment below a video, whatever, and I'll reply. Well, I only see the members' comments on YouTube, so it might be best to email me or do it through Discord or do it in the chat here. Say, Martyn, I've got 100 people to subscribe to you. You're now at 10,000 subscribers. Would you do a fundraiser for whatever? As long as it's a registered charity, I will do it live for you. And all the money, all the ad revenue, all the sponsorship, all the super chats, everything, and I will do all the gig for free. There's no cost, there's nothing, and it will go to your charity. So you can tell your favorite charity you raised the money, and I've raised lots of money for charities around the world, so I can raise millions, no problem at all. In total, not all in one night for one person, right? Don't get carried away. Maybe one day. Right, okay. 7 minutes to go. Now then, we could have a bit of luck tonight. You never know. We might hit 30,000 subscribers live on the show. 209 to go. So we might, you know. Certainly tomorrow. So amazing. Thank you for all you do. I subscribed to my channel. I did not get... Hyde, the reason you didn't get a shout out is because you have turned off public subscribers. If you subscribe, you have a little setting, and when you subscribe to something, you can have it either publicly displayed or private. You obviously opted for private. That's why I don't see it, but thank you very much. Just subscribe and want to subscribe a second time, but if I do, that would unsubscribe you. Yes, yes, it would. So amazing. Thank you for all you do. All right. Oh, Jovanka Martis. So, Chera Hart, who's your favourite singer out of that lot? Richard Marx, Richard Marx, Andre Bocelli, or Michael Bolton? I can do the voice. You got 5 minutes because we're just about to start the call, the earnings call. So if you want the impression, you've got to be really quick. Okay, 5 minutes to go. You legend, Martin. Thank you. Thank you very much. If you didn't get a chance to see this, Michael Bolton. Okay, here we go then. Right, Chera Hart, everybody. Just before we do our earnings, this is for Chera Hart. She has gone for Michael Bolton. All right. So all I'm going to do is turn on my echo, my reverb, so I sound like I'm in a cave. All right, it just sounds better. Look. Hello. Hello. See, all I've done is turn on the reverb. There's no cheating. There's no special effects. Here we go. Ready? Okay. Now then, if you think this is the best impression you've ever heard of Michael Bolton ever from a guy on YouTube doing stock trading live on his own without any special effects, without a voice decoder, God knows what else people use these days, right? Everyone's got to give me a 99-cent super chat. If you think it's rubbish and you think it's not the best Michael Bolton's impression you've ever heard, don't give me anything. All right? Let's see if I can get at least one super chat. Let's see if one person thinks, that's quite good, that. Ready? No music. Okay. And remember, I've not slept. I'm really tired. When a man loves a woman deep down his soul, love and eyes can never see. He gives up all, he does comfort, sleep on the rain. If that's the way it ought to be. All right, let's see if I can get at least one super chat. There you go. If I don't get any, I'm in trouble. That means everybody thought it was rubbish. Okay, I mean, I tried. Okay. Anyway, we've got 2 minutes to go. And if you want to go and check out the full version, if you type When a Man Loves a Woman into YouTube, Martin Lucas into YouTube, you might like this one. I did this for Jimmy Buffett. This is, I've got Paul McCartney with me here. This is Let It Be. You might like this one. I did this for Jimmy Buffett's when he passed away. The family wanted this. Just going to keep muting it a little bit for copyright. I myself in time of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. Now, for those who don't know, when Wings tour the United States, I do as Paul McCartney. He doesn't want to tour anymore with Wings. Though they may be parted, there is still a light that shines on me. There you go. That's as much as I can let you hear. All right, okay. Lots of tributes there for my favourite musicians who sadly passed away. Right, okay. Oh, we got a super chat from Chera Hart. Thank you, Chera Hart. Appreciate it. Very, very kind of you. Didn't expect that from you. It's for everybody else, but everybody else is a miserable sod. Nobody else bothered. That's all right. Okay, here we go. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. My speaker blew up. Great. Very impressive. There you go. The way the viewers they way the viewers went down. Wow. Nazzle, thank you very much. I can do 14 voices in 7 different languages. That's why Elton John named me the world piano man. See? It's not a joke. It's real. You are the best. Thanks to you, I feel more confident to hold my stocks. Good stuff. We are both big fans of the show. Hi, thank you, Andrea. My girlfriend is asking for Michael Bolton. There you go. I just did it. Right. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Here we go. The earnings is about to begin. We're watching the earnings. Here we go. Hey!
Shara Hart donated $1.99 through a super chat.
So when's it going to start? It's actually playing. They haven't turned the audio on yet. So we're watching. The moment it does, I will open the screen up big. So don't worry about that. If you've just tuned in, click subscribe, ring the bell, and tap the like button.
Good afternoon. I'm Anna Saro from Palantir's finance team to welcome you to our second quarter 2024 earnings
Here we
call.
go.
We'll be discussing the results announced in our press release issued after the market close and posted on our investor relations website. During the call, we will make statements regarding our business that may be considered forward-looking within applicable securities laws, including statements regarding our third quarter and fiscal 2024 results, management's expectations for our future financial and operational performance, and other statements regarding our plans, prospects, and expectations. These statements are not promises or guarantees and are subject to risks and uncertainties on our investor relations which could cause them to differ materially from actual results. Information concerning those risks is available in our earnings press release distributed after the market closed today and in our SEC filings. We undertake no obligation to update forward-looking statements except as required by law.
Okay, getting
Further,
ready.
During the course of today's call, we will refer to certain adjusted financial measures.
Tap the like
These
button,
non-GAAP
hit
financial
subscribe.
measures should be considered in addition to, not as a substitute for, or in isolation from, GAAP measures.
Yes, I can.
Additional
I
information
used to
about
be a
these
Michael
non-GAAP
Jackson
measures,
impersonator.
including
I can moonwalk and
reconciliation
all
of
sorts.
non-GAAP to comparable GAAP measures, is included in our press release and investor presentation provided today. Our press release, investor presentation, and other earnings materials are available on our investor relations website at investors.palantir.com. Over the course of the call, we will refer to various growth rates when discussing our business. These rates reflect year-over-year comparisons unless otherwise stated. Joining me on today's call are Alex Karp, Chief Executive Officer, Shyam Sankar, Chief Technology Officer, Dave Glazer, Chief Financial Officer, and Ryan Taylor, Chief Revenue Officer and Chief Legal Officer. I'll now turn it over to Ryan to start the call.
We are thrilled to report tremendous results for our business, driven foremost by strong execution in our U.S. commercial business and continued U.S. government business acceleration. Overall revenue growth, excluding strategic commercial contracts, accelerated to 30% year over year and 10% sequential in Q2. Our exceptional results are a reflection of a market that is quickly awakening to a reality that our customers have already known. We stand alone in our ability to deliver enterprise AI production impact at scale. We are delivering these results in the face of an unprecedented enterprise AI opportunity. As noted by Sequoia, the revenue expectations from the AI ecosystem's infrastructure buildout have grown from $200 billion to $600 billion per year in just 9 months. The world is struggling with this huge problem. There's a great bottleneck between prototype and production. The world has also come to understand what we've been saying all along. The standard playbook does not and will not work. It cannot solve this problem. While many companies can build prototypes, the leap from prototype to production is substantial. Palantir has made that leap. Our focus is on deploying enterprise AI in production, solving meaningful problems for our customers. We have the right products at the right time, and our history means that we understand this $600 billion opportunity unlike anyone else in the space. We are uniquely situated, and you see that in our results now. Last quarter, we signed 27 deals worth $10 million or more and closed nearly $1 billion of TCV. One of the most notable indicators of our delivery is the volume of existing customers who are signing expansion deals, many of which are a direct result of AIP. We continue to see the greatest transformation in our U.S. commercial business, evident in the many AIP-driven deals closed last quarter. Our U.S. commercial revenue, excluding strategic commercial contracts, climbed 70% year over year. Our U.S. commercial ACV closed was up 44% year over year and up 19% sequentially, while our deal count in U.S. commercial was nearly twice what it was just a year ago. We maintain conviction in our ability to land new customers and subsequently expand those engagements as we sharpen our focus to taking our customers across the chasm from prototype to production. Tampa General signed a 7-year expansion, deploying AIP to deliver a care coordination operating system where we've helped them reduce patient length of stay by 30%. Panasonic Energy of North America signed a 3-year expansion using AIP across finance, quality control, and manufacturing operations. AARP shared they're utilizing AIP to provide targeted, personalized experiences for their 29 million unique visitors on a monthly basis. Eaton deepened our relationship, leveraging AIP to modernize ERP deployments in addition to finance, sales, and supply chain use cases. Kinder Morgan signed a 5-year Foundry and AIP enterprise expansion with production use cases including storage optimization, pipeline integrity monitoring, and power optimization. These are just a handful of the significant expansions last quarter into production with AIP, and the magnitude of expansion is notable. A major North American industrial company started working with us in late 2022, expanded to a $5 million run rate in 2023, and further deepened engagement to a $20 million run rate this year. One of America's leading hospitals began working with us in 2021, generated approximately $1.5 million of revenue in 2022, over $4 million of revenue in 2023, and is on track to generate nearly $15 million of revenue this year. With regard to landing new customers, U.S. commercial customer count grew 83% year over year last quarter. Bootcamps remain a key go-to-market motion, particularly for prototyping what is possible with AI, but the real opportunity and our unique capability lies in moving from prototype to production with these customers. That is where we are focused. We closed a 7-figure deal with a large wholesale insurance brokerage firm for an initial production automated policy review use case just 16 days after the bootcamp. A leading convenience store chain went from prototype at a bootcamp to paid pilot in 25 days, then converted the inventory management and pricing optimization use case into initial production immediately following the pilot. Our product charisma remains unparalleled. We plan to leverage this combination of bootcamps and pilots with a focus on moving towards high-value production use cases to continue landing new customers. At the same time, we are heightening our concentration towards building deep production-level relationships with every single customer. The phenomenal strength of our U.S. government business shows the power and scale of our enterprise software delivery. Our U.S. government business continued accelerating, growing more than 8% sequentially for 2 consecutive quarters. We proudly received several notable awards last quarter, including a production contract from the Department of Defense Chief Digital and Artificial Intelligence Office, CDAO, to deploy and scale an AI-enabled operating system across the DoD, starting with an initial order of $153 million to support certain combatant commands and the Joint Staff, while additional awards can be made up to $480 million over a 5-year period. This award reflects the criticality of our software in our nation's defense capabilities. Shortly after, CDAO announced a new initiative, Open Dagger, to enable defense tech companies, traditional contractors, and government developers to develop applications and integrations on top of Maven, powered by Palantir, in a contract worth $33 million. We maintain pride in the mission-critical impact of our products and celebrate the long-term strength of our U.S. government business, evident in last quarter's results. Looking ahead, I've never felt more bullish about our business than I do today. We're charging full steam ahead, leading our customers across the bridge from prototype to production, with our ever-expanding product capabilities laying the paths for that journey. I'll now turn it over to Shyam to share more details.
Thanks, Ryan. Our customers have been ahead of investors in markets. Customers choose us not because we're delivering proofs of concepts, but because we deliver proof. Years of foundational investments in our infrastructure, and in particular in ontology, I'll note a widely ignored and discounted innovation, have put us in the pole position. Gen AI has made prototyping incredibly easy and charismatic, but with the same utility of a PowerPoint slide. The journey to production, as the market is now discovering, is fraught and requires a foundational set of technologies that we have uniquely invested in, creating the product pipeline that's needed to harvest economic value from AI. And that's a journey that we were pathfinders on with the U.S. Department of Defense starting in 2018, and one we continue to be the leaders in across both segments, government and commercial, today. The bottleneck and the transition from prototype to production is a very hard set of technical problems. We didn't build those technologies eating berries in San Francisco. We had to be on the factory floor, in the foxhole, eating pain with our customers, seeing the secret truths of what does and doesn't work and metabolizing it into product. This has always been the secret of Palantir. It is the anti-playbook. Today's AIP developers will be the enterprise's next generation of builders. Apollo delivers eye-watering agility and responsiveness. AIP deprecates back-end development the same way that hyperscalers deprecated infrastructure, providing the mechanism to bring AI into production in the enterprise quickly. Our builder investments are feeding our product pipeline with our customers' developers in the wild. Compute modules have enabled the integration of our customers' own containerized applications into operational workflows. Today, this technology is powering exquisite missile warning systems in the US government and sophisticated production plan optimization across commercial. And Ontology SDK has enabled customers to build their own pro-code applications backed by Ontology, the critical ingredient for harnessing LLMs in the enterprise. And we pulled all of these investments together in code workspaces, where we have enabled an end-to-end development environment that lets customers treat their business as code. These investments have made us the emerging choice, not only for application developers, but also data scientists. Our platforms have become the fastest place for our customers to develop, refine, and manage not only their models, but integrated offerings that deliver business impact. Once again, history is repeating itself with data scientists as they abandon the thin playbook products of the past. We recently hosted 2 Champions Road events, one in Denver and one in Munich, that pulled together the most experienced and prolific customer developers to share the latest on our roadmap, but more importantly, to surface new opportunities to go deeper. At build.palantir.com, developers in the US, UK, Canada, and India, amongst a growing list of countries, can now access a free developer tier and a library of quick starts, tutorials, and reference implementations for themselves. This developer movement is matched on the government side, whether it's with developers in Armed Forces Ukraine or the US Army. In government, CDAO's recent contract award on Maven will enable us to scale those exquisite capabilities to the DoD enterprise and to bring integrated JADC2 capabilities across space, cyber, electronic warfare, and logistics. The CDAO Open Dagger contract also enables defense tech companies, traditional contractors, and government developers to leverage Apollo and the Ontology Software Development Kit, OSDK, to develop applications and integrations on top of Maven, all powered by Palantir's Mission Manager. And finally, fresh out of the AIP product pipeline, we are launching a new offering, Warp Speed, to power American reindustrialization. The software playbooks have also failed in manufacturing, and all the founders driving reindustrialization know it. This is why SpaceX built their own ERP. We created Warp Speed from our years of experience on the factory floors, helping customers build planes, trains, automobiles, and even ships. Today, we power production of jet engines, satellites, and weapon systems in the industrial base. Warp Speed, built on AIP, on our industrial AI, and with ontology, is the modern American manufacturing operating system that reimagines how to bend atoms better with bits. At the dawn of World War II, we didn't have a defense industrial base, we had an American industrial base. Chrysler made missiles, and General Mills wasn't just a cereal company. This is also what our future must look like. It is clear that the nation must reindustrialize and mobilize at warp speed to win. This platform will transform production in the value chains that power our kill chains. I'll turn it over to Dave to talk us through the financials.
Thanks, Sean. Q2 was an exceptional quarter. Revenue growth accelerated to 27% year over year, exceeding the high end of our prior guidance by 5%, driven by the strength in our U.S. commercial and government businesses. On the back of this strength, we are increasing our full-year revenue guidance midpoint to $2.746 billion, representing a 23% year-over-year growth rate. We delivered these tremendous top-line results while expanding adjusted operating margin to 37%, highlighting the strong unit economics of our business. We also delivered our 7th consecutive quarter of GAAP profitability, generating a record $134 million of GAAP net income, and our 6th consecutive quarter of GAAP operating profit, generating a record $105 million of GAAP operating income. Our revenue and profitability drove a 7-point sequential increase to our Rule of 40 score from 57 in the first quarter to 64 in the second quarter. Turning to our global top-line results. Revenue continues to accelerate. We generated $678 million in revenue, up 27% year over year and 7% sequentially. Excluding the impact of revenue from strategic commercial contracts, second quarter revenue grew 30% year over year and 10% sequentially. Customer count grew 41% year over year and 7% sequentially to 593 customers. Revenue from our largest customers continues to expand. Second quarter trailing 12-month revenue from our top 20 customers increased 9% year over year to $57 million per customer. Now moving to our commercial segment. Second quarter commercial revenue grew 33% year over year and 3% sequentially to $307 million. Excluding the impact from strategic commercial contracts, commercial revenue grew 40% year over year and 8% sequentially. Second quarter commercial TCV booked was $377 million, representing 31% growth year over year. Our U.S. commercial business continues to see unprecedented demand, with AIP driving both new customer conversions and existing customer expansions in the U.S. Second quarter U.S. commercial revenue grew 55% year over year and 6% sequentially to $159 million. Excluding revenue from strategic commercial contracts, U.S. commercial revenue grew 70% year over year and 8% sequentially. In the second quarter, we booked $262 million of U.S. commercial TCV, representing 152% growth year over year. Total remaining deal value in our U.S. commercial business grew 103% year over year and 11% sequentially. Our U.S. commercial customer count grew to 295 customers, reflecting 83% growth year over year and 13% growth sequentially. We generated $148 million in international commercial revenue in the second quarter, representing 15% growth year over year and 1% sequential decline as a result of continued headwinds in Europe. We continue to capitalize on targeted growth opportunities in Asia, the Middle East, and beyond. Revenue from strategic commercial contracts declined to $9 million for the quarter. We anticipate third quarter 2024 revenue from these customers to continue to decline to between $6 to $8 million compared to $15 million in the third quarter of 2023. We continue to anticipate 2024 revenue from these customers to be less than 2% of full-year revenue. Shifting to our government segment. Second quarter government revenue grew 23% year over year and 11% sequentially to $371 million. Second quarter U.S. government revenue grew 24% year over year and 8% sequentially to $278 million. As Ryan mentioned, we were selected for several notable awards in Q2, which led to the strongest U.S. government bookings quarter since 2022, reflecting the growing demand for our government software offerings. Second quarter international government revenue grew 21% year over year and 18% sequentially to $93 million, primarily driven by additional funding from a partner nation related to our ongoing efforts in Eastern Europe. Second quarter TCV booked was $946 million, up 47% year over year. Net dollar retention was 114%, an increase of 300 basis points from last quarter. The increase was driven both by expansions at existing customers and new customers acquired in Q2 of last year. As net dollar retention does not include revenue from new customers that were acquired in the past 12 months, it does not yet fully capture the acceleration and velocity in our U.S. commercial business over the past year. We ended the second quarter with $4.3 billion in total remaining deal value, an increase of 26% year over year and 5% sequentially, and $1.4 billion in remaining performance obligations, an increase of 41% year over year and 5% sequentially. As a reminder, RPO is primarily comprised of our commercial business, as it does not take into account contracts with an initial term of less than 12 months and contractual obligations that fall beyond termination for convenience clauses, both of which are common in most of our government business. Turning to margin and expense. Adjusted gross margin, which excludes stock-based compensation expense, was 83% for the quarter. Adjusted income from operations, which excludes stock-based compensation expense and related employer payroll taxes, was $254 million, representing an adjusted operating margin of 37% and marking the 7th consecutive quarter of expanding adjusted operating margins. Q2 adjusted expense was $425 million, up 4% sequentially and 7% year over year. We continue to expect expenses to ramp through the back half of the year as we invest in the product pipeline and hard technical problems in debottlenecking the journey from prototype to production that Shyam just outlined. We remain focused, however, on calibrating expense growth below revenue growth for the full year in order to continue delivering on our goals of sustained GAAP profitability and operating income. In the second quarter, we generated GAAP operating income of $105 million, representing a 16% margin, our 6th consecutive quarter of GAAP operating income and 5th consecutive quarter of expanding GAAP operating margins. We generated second quarter GAAP net income of $134 million, representing a 20% margin, our 7th consecutive quarter of GAAP profitability. Second quarter adjusted earnings per share was 9 cents and GAAP earnings per share was 6 cents. Additionally, our combined revenue growth and adjusted operating margin accelerated to 64% in the first quarter, a 7-point increase to our Rule of 40 score from the prior quarter. Turning to our cash flow. In the second quarter, we generated $144 million in cash from operations and $149 million in adjusted free cash flow, representing a margin of 21% and 22% respectively. We expect cash flow to ramp through the back half of the year in line with expected timing of government and commercial year-end collections. Through the end of the second quarter, we repurchased approximately 1.2 million shares as part of our share repurchase program. As of the end of the quarter, we have $973 million remaining of the original authorization. We ended the quarter with $4 billion in cash, cash equivalents, and short-term U.S. Treasury securities. Now turning to our outlook. For Q3 2024, we expect revenue of between $697 and $701 million, and adjusted income from operations of between $233 and $237 million. For full year 2024, we are raising our revenue guidance to between $2.742 and $2.750 billion. We are raising our U.S. commercial revenue guidance to an excess of $672 million, representing a growth rate of at least 47%. We are raising our adjusted income from operations guidance to between $966 and $974 million. We continue to expect adjusted free cash flow of between $800 million and $1 billion, and we continue to expect GAAP operating income and net income in each quarter of this year. With that, I'll turn it over to Alex for a few remarks, and then Anna will kick off the Q&A.
Thank you for participating in our earnings. We founded this company to be a ray of light to America and our Western allies. And in doing so, we built software for the institutions as they ought to exist, not as they do exist. And of course, the whole playbook around building software, building institutional software, building software that would be transformative, and especially in the current context around AI and large language models, flew in the face of everything that people have been taught to know about enterprises, what makes them work, how they can transform themselves, what software products would be valuable, what software products people would adopt, how would they adopt them, how would you get value from analysts, users in the software context, how would you transform manufacturing, how would you use, in the current context, large language models, not as an act of self-flagellation or something that just makes a small group of people richer, but in a way that you can extract value in existential life and death contexts like the battlefield, or in institutional or commercial contexts like the transformation that is happening all across America and in some other countries. And in the face of this, we made bold claims that looked ridiculous to many people. One bold claim was these large language models will not work without foundational software. They will not work without a means to process them. They will stay something like self-pleasuring or PowerPoints, which is the purveyor, which are sold to institutions as a way of deceiving institutions from transferring their high value revenue to other enterprises without actually transforming themselves, which were addictive and thin and led to dysfunction in enterprises, much like their allegory in the political world of wokeism, became slower, dumber, not able to actually produce results. And we built the infrastructure you need to move from self-flagellation, PowerPoints, and prototypes flawlessly into production. Production meaning your enterprise gets faster, it runs better, the margins are better, the people inside the enterprise become more valuable. Your tribal knowledge in your enterprise, the knowledge which differentiates you from all other enterprises, becomes truly valuable. It becomes a weapon in your hand, whether that weapon is in the commercial context to make what you know how to do better than anyone else, work better than anyone else by making engineers better, by making the workers more able to do things engineers would be able to do, by treating your company as a portfolio as opposed to dots on a PowerPoint. We believed, and the numbers now show that we were right, that by doing this, we could give America and its allies a structural advantage in the commercial area, which we have seen, and our numbers prove, and arguably even more importantly on the battlefield, which we can't talk as much about, but is the absolute most important area where America and its allies have to have dominance and leadership, that we had a structural advantage. And what is gratifying about our this quarter, and in general about what we've done, is not the banality that we were right and the playbook purveyors are obviously somewhat laughable. It is that you can build a great business, be aligned with America and the West, that alignment will make you stronger and better, that your software products will actually be products and not PowerPoints, and that you can actually build something with the best people in the world, the best investors in the world, that will lead to structural advantages. Of course, all along the way, we had many, many doubters. We had people that thought we would never be profitable. Now we are over 7 quarters in profitability. I thought people that we would never be able to grow the revenue. We'd never be able to reaccelerate the U.S. government because of it's often opaque. But we asserted that product superiority would overcome many of the vicissitudes and difficulties of working with the U.S. government. Witness reacceleration. We asserted that our products were the precursor to making LLMs valuable, that we would productize how you create this value, much the way hyperscalers, as Shyam had mentioned, had productized other technical issues, and that we would give that productization to our customers. Witness our 70% after SPAC quarter, the third quarter in the row where we're growing at what amounts to a ridiculous rate. And there's witness the reacceleration of our global business ex-SPAC to 30%. Witness our backlog. Look at any part of our business. Then it is like, well, how are we doing this is a really long and interesting question that people will dedicate their academic careers on, but we do not have time to address, and it may not be learnable for everyone, but we do it. And the single most important part, however, of this is that we are going to play a determinant role in making America and its Western allies the dominant force again in this world. And because of that, the best times for this company are not in the past. I would say the single most interesting thing about this quarter, if you had to reduce it to one simple fact, after 20 years, after changing the way people do intel, after changing the way the battlefield works, after changing the way people procure software, after exporting our platforms to our allies, after punishing our adversaries, after building a commercial business, after DPOing, after seeing it all reaccelerate, the best times for us are yet to come, and we are planning to just take our energy and run this business as a business of which we are, which is our owners. We are owners with a very long-term focus for the best interest of our country, our allies, and our Palantirians and our investors. And so I'm very thrilled to have you participate in this, what for us means historic earnings. And last not least, the world is on the precipice of what could be a very severe set of violent interactions in the Middle East. And it goes without saying that at Palantir, we know where we stand, and we are very much supporting America and its allies in the Middle East, including Israel. Thank you.
Thanks, Alex. We'll now turn to a few questions from our shareholders before opening up the call. Axel asks, what is Palantir doing to be different from its AI competitors, and what is the company's plan to stay competitive?
Thanks, Axel. Well, all the value and where the market is completely bottlenecked is on that transition from prototyping to production. And that happens to be the place that we are most differentiated. That differentiation is built on more than a decade of deep technical investments, technologies like the ontology, OSDK, the primitives that we have that permeate the platform, security, functions on objects, actions, write back, machinery, automations, and a deep product pipeline that really is focused on addressing this very problem, on this transition from prototyping to production. And I think when you think about the ChatGPT moment, it so very clearly invalidated the thin product playbooks of the past. I think this bottleneck is doing that same thing to AI software. It is so easy to create an AI prototype, the equivalent of effort of making a PowerPoint slide. But it's actually very, very hard to get that in production, probably 10 to 100 times
Please
harder
welcome our new
than
member.
traditional software.
At the end,
transitioning to
I'll give you all your
production.
perks and
therein
benefits.
lies our
Stick to
entire
the end.
opportunity
Thank you.
in the market. That's what you see with the expansions that have happened with Panasonic Energy and Tampa General. And that's what you frankly see in the numbers of this quarter.
Thanks, Sean. Our next question is from Jacob, who asks, we understand why Foundry has become the operating system for the modern enterprise. How does this change with LLMs?
Well, the market doesn't need point solutions, even if it's slightly addicted to them. And our customers can't solve their business problems with hyperscaler infrastructure alone. They need a system that organizes and orchestrates the interaction of their physical business with their technology, with AI and LLMs. In the same way that your operating system orchestrates and organizes your hardware with your applications. And in the same way that your operating system gives you application development frameworks like AppKit for Mac or WinUI for Windows, Palantir's OSDK and ontology is that application development framework for the entirety of your business that allows you to treat your business like code, leveraging the primitives that we've built that extend LLMs throughout your enterprise.
And just as a point that, we've already mentioned, but, a lot of what we're doing sounds complex on the outside, but what is not complex is the customers already understand they need it. So it's like a lot of our actual advantages, the customer is way ahead of investors, way ahead of people investing in this. And we're way ahead of our customers, and we have distribution. So typically in a revolution, the revolution comes from like small companies somewhere, but this revolution is coming from being ahead of where the customers are, and the customers are years ahead of what analysts and others think. And we are actually monetizing simply the fact that we're ahead of our customers and the years ahead of everyone else. And all these things that Shyam was talking about how does an ontology work with an SDK? How does that work with an enterprise? How would you actually use a large language model in a way where it's differentiated, meaning you use the right large language model at the right time, under the right conditions, in the logic, meaning in the way the business understands itself within the context of the security and security logic of the business. Those things are largely not understood on the outside, but every single person in government who's trying to use them or who is using them, every single customer who's buying this, witness the numbers, they either understand this overtly or they understand that nothing else works. And in many cases, they simply understand that nothing else is giving them any value. And they're increasingly getting tired of paying for things they either don't use or they shouldn't use.
Thank you both. Our next question is from Dan with Wedbush. Dan, please turn on your camera, and then you'll receive a prompt to unmute your line.
Look, I think a historic quarter for Palantir, so congrats. Does it feel out in the team, does it feel like you're starting to now, in terms of the conversions from the boot camps to deals, it's starting to accelerate? It seems like that based on the actual quarter. But can you just give some granularity there?
Yeah, I can give. First of all, I think the numbers speak for themselves. We closed 27 deals worth more than $10 million or more, $1 billion of TCV in quarter. And so I'll start with the numbers because they speak for themselves. Boot camps are an important part of that motion. We're seeing them expose customers to new opportunities and new potential customers to opportunities. That being said, it was as Shyam was highlighting, what everyone underestimates is the immense challenge of deploying enterprise production AI software at scale. And so we're very much focusing our energy and going deep in production with those customers. And that's the massive opportunity before us. And that's where we're running at full speed. You see that in the numbers. You see that in the customers' reaction, who are blown away by the impact we're having for them and demanding more and more in that direction from us. And really where we're focusing our energy.
Maybe a slightly orthogonal, indirect way of answering your question is, if you take the battlefield where these things, the few places these things are, LLMs are in use, or the battlefield where other forms of AI are in use, and you take U.S. commercial, what you're really seeing is a very tight learning circle. What works, what doesn't, why? And that's very different than places that aren't working. And America has many businesses that are very strong and they're very, very agile, so they're learning very, very quickly. And then, much like people watching this call, they're like, oh, okay, this is working. There were leaders like you who predicted this would work, but most people actually, our customers, want to see it in production and then say, okay, well, why is this working? And that's a separate. And what's very special about what's happening now is you have more and more people who are like, okay, I know this works. I want to understand exactly why and how would I expand it and why is nothing else working? And so that's leading to a very different motion. I think it's going to lead to a very different way of looking at our company in all areas, including financial areas, because it's like when you're making assertions, you need avant-garde innovators to look at it and say, okay, well, this is something that's not quite there, but I think it could work. And we're very much moving into the phase of, yeah, this is working. Our adversaries know this works. Our U.S. military knows this works. People on the ground knows this works, and it's a very similar in U.S. commercial. And that's what's generating the 70% number that is kind of, jaw-dropping. Like the jaw-dropping numbers are being generated by, okay, this works. How do I expand? And explain to me how it's working. Can we expand these things? And by the way, our innovation is also because we're like, okay, we see this works, but this could work 5 times better if we had different kinds of innovation that no one else has.
Thank you. Our next question is from Mariana with Bank of America. Mariana, please turn on your camera, and then you'll receive a prompt to unmute your line.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to try to squeeze 2 questions, as usual. So the first one, I'm curious about Warp Speed. What is it? Is it like a new system that allows companies to build their own ERP system? Is something that runs on top of your existing old school legacy ERP system? Or is Palantir creating like a solution that is ERP? Like a little bit details about that. The second one is not just Warp Speed, but also all this American industrialization. GAO posted a report recently where they've said software and implementation are the 2 biggest barriers for the US to be able to produce the weapons that they need. What is the biggest barrier or like hurdle for the US primes, or especially the old guard primes, to come to you and let you help them reindustrialize, produce, and get back on track on these like multi-billion-dollar contracts they have? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mariana. So with Warp Speed, it really is we conceive of it as an operating system for the modern American manufacturer. It touches not just ERP, but also MES, PLM, it's PLCs, so it's interacting with the factory floor. And we think there's an opportunity to reimagine this. I think the kind of congenital defect for most of this software, it was designed historically in the 70s for the CFO. Why would you do that? If you were starting over today, you would build software that was designed for the head of production, that was focused principally on production, and then how you integrate both your extant legacy systems and use Warp Speed in place of the investments that you haven't made. I think the big opportunity, so if you go to the big legacy manufacturers and you say this, it sounds crazy. They've made a bunch of historical investments. They're not yet convinced or even aware of the fact that the legacy software playbook doesn't work. But if you go to new manufacturers, the one that are powering the reindustrialization of the country, they all know this. they're all alumni of the Tesla SpaceX world where they built their own systems from scratch, principally because the other stuff doesn't work at all. And they also know they can't afford the 300 engineers it would take to build this completely from scratch, or the time it would take to do that. So there's this very powerful role of taking AIP, building the applications on top of it using the OSDK, and delivering the integrated suite of applications that are also malleable to the business. Because I think one of the other key insights here is it's not actually believable that the same ERP manufacturing system that you use to build rockets is what you would use to build rackets. And how do you, what is the right way to think about grafting the software around the manufacturer in a way that gives them alpha, not just creates a huge amount of services for these system integrators? You know, we live in a world today where it's $1 of license for $9 of implementation that never seems to quite work. Who is really happy with the implementation of these systems? Which ones are even happening on time? Who can say that those systems didn't fall apart in 10 seconds when COVID supply chain disruptions happened, right? There's an entire opportunity to reinvent this now, and I think the bolus of energy around national defense and reindustrialization is catalyzing this opportunity.
Well, and you know, Shyam's leading this charge, but the reason it, I think, is likely to work is because not just America, but every allied nation has the problem that they cannot get their military production to work. So your question is not really two questions. It's what are you building, from my perspective, and why is it likely to work? And they're very linked. It's likely to work because in every single Western country, when you talk to these leaders in private, the conversation I often have with them is, what could we possibly do to make manufacturing work so we would actually be competitive on the battlefield? And the answer to that for these countries really is reimagine how you produce. And the people who do it are going to be people who are alumni of the companies that have actually built companies correctly. Call it the Palantir alumni, and people from the SpaceX network are really the only people who have done these things. And the first thing they want is a software program that will allow them, including with large language models and AI, to build the way you ought to build. Ought does not mean build near term in the interest of your CFO so you can IPO quickly and build something that's fake. It means build something that is real, build something that's sustainable, build something where the production is actually production of a product. And that aligns very squarely with how Palantir wins and how we build things. And that's why this is a super important thing we're working on.
Thank you. Alex, as always, we have a lot of individual investors on the line. Is there anything you'd like to say before we end today's call?
Well, again, thank you for your support. That we've had good and bad times. This is a super important time for Palantir because we have proven to the world that what we do is quantifiable and real. We are focused on growing this company to be much more impactful, much larger, and much more valuable. We appreciate your support, and we know that many of you also support us because you realize that we are value aligned with your values, which means fighting to make the West a stronger and better place, including on the battlefield. And that battlefield may be upon us now, and we appreciate your support and do what you can to help America and help our allies. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes Q&A for today's call.
There we go. Fantastic. Another great presentation from Palantir. I have to say I agree with everybody. Their presentation is fantastic. The only thing I would, if I was in charge of their presentation, I would suggest a slightly better processor or slightly better internet. They get that little buffering. That's all. But that's me picking flies. They're the best presentation of anyone. But I would love to go in there and go, we can fix this, we can make this that little bit better. But yeah, the processor for the mixing, I don't pixelate when I go in between cameras. It's just a higher processor. You see, there's none of that. They could have that, but other than that, anyway, it's got nothing to do with the call. What they do is fantastic. So very, very good indeed. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. So what we're going to do now is there are people in different parts of the world who get to miss this presentation. So I'm going to end the show now and put it out as its own video. That'll be uploaded shortly. Tomorrow we're back in the morning with the opening bell. We have Laser, L-A-Z-R, Luminar for J Long, and SMX, 2 earnings at the same time. On the 7th, it's first come, first serve. Which member chooses with a $5 super chat? You can have Robinhood, Virgin Galactic, IonQ, or Plug. We can do 2. We can't do 3 or 4. At the moment, no one has chosen between Hood, Virgin Galactic, IonQ, and Plug. So we'll see what comes up. All right. Now then, what I'd like to do now is we've got a good number watching. Thank you very much indeed for being here. Tap the like button. And what I'm going to do now is send you to somewhere, just like as if by magic. All right, as if by magic. So what we're going to do is, if you can, don't forget, just before you go, tap the subscribe button to the music channel. We're trying to raise millions of dollars for charity. There it is in the chat. What we're going to do is we go live 12 hours a day for our members. This is behind the scenes. As I end the show right now, it'll automatically take you there just to introduce you to behind the scenes. This is where we are live 12 hours a day, helping to support all the community. And anyone can join in, be part of it. If you want to chat, it's only 99 cents to talk. The reason why we do that is it stops bots and scammers coming in. So try it out. Come and join us now in the extra channel. That's it for the morning. It will take you automatically there. From there, you can see, you can join us in the morning, but at least you can pop in and say hello. Consider being a member. It's only 99 cents, but it provides a place 12 hours a day where everyone can discuss what's going on with the stocks and shares and alert me to come back live and do stuff like that. Anyway, I'll see you back in the morning. Thank you very much indeed. Robinhood and Virgin Galactic. It's the first 2 members to super chat a minimum of $5, and I will do those earnings. All right. Okay, I'll see you back in the morning for the opening bell. Until then, as always, could riot stop be covered after Republican Democrat Party candidates express support for Bitcoin? I'm not sure, Fadia Bashir. I know I'm not a member, but IonQ is very important for NVIDIA, as they are also spending through 1.5 billion. It is, but it's only $2 to become a member. Oh, IonQ has been booked in. IonQ. So there we go. It's IonQ is Stacey Bailey. So one spot's gone. Stacey Bailey. There you go. Stacey Bailey. There you go. IonQ has gone. And now I'm going to pick the next one. We've got Robinhood, Space, Plug. It's a very difficult one. I'm going to go SPCE. Let me see August 7th. Let me see if they've not moved the dates. SPCE. Got to cover this because we rank number 1 in the world for Virgin Galactic. Let's have a look. Virgin Galactic. Let me check the date. August 7th. Oh, yeah. August 7th after hours. They haven't yet given us a confirmation, though. August 7th. Let me just check. Oh, here we go. August 7th, preview earnings. Let me see if it's confirmed. August 7th. 2, 3, 4 o'clock. So August 7th, 2, 3, 4, 3:30. So there is space 3:30. Okay, that's confirmed. That's on the 7th. IonQ. Let me just double check. IonQ. Let's have a look. Check the dates. They sometimes change. August 7th after hours, preview earnings. 4:30, 3:30. There you go. 3:30, Stacey Bailey. Hang on. It starts at 4:30. 3:30.
Stacey Bailey donated $5 through a super chat.
IonQ. There you go. That'll be 3 p.m. because it's 3:30 Central, which is 3. Okay, there's IonQ. Let me see. So we've got space, IonQ. I want to do plug, but I can't. I need 3 channels. Let me just check plug. Let's hope it's another day. Let's hope it's moved. Plug, plug, plug. August 16th. It's moved. Thank God for that. August 16th has moved. Cut. Oh, that's good news. August 16th. August 16th. Plug has moved. That's good. So we can do that. But the other one was hood. Well, hood has now gone. We won't be doing hood unless it's moved as well. Let's have a look. August 7th. August 7th. Let's have a quick look. Stay with me. I want you to all come and visit the extra channel. August 7th, after hours. What time? Robin Hood. 4 p.m. 3. Nope. Can't do it. Can't do 3 channels shows at once. I can do 2, but I can't do 3. So there it is. There it is. That's tomorrow. That's the 6th and the 7th booked in. So that's taken care of the 6th and the 7th. On the 8th, I'm going to give you some options. There's Rocket Lab. There's Funware. There's a couple of options there. First come, first serve. Members that do a $5 super chat, you will get your earnings. Right. I will, let's send everyone now for fun to the extra channel. I'm going to put this out as a video. I will see you back in the morning. Pop on in now. Join us right here. Here's the extra channel. Pop in and say hello. You can see how it works and then maybe consider being a member and then getting your 12 hours a day information about stocks and shares from the members. Your name deserves to be on a t-shirt. I think you should add it on, Stacey Bailey. There it is. All right, join us now. I'll see you back in the morning. Take care of yourselves and each other.